Sometimes, the very thing being thrown at you to bury you can become the very thing that lifts you out. That sounds impossible, but one abandoned animal discovered the answer when everyone around him had already decided his story was over. That night, no one expected Bruno to survive. In a small farming village surrounded by dry fields and crooked stone fences, an old donkey named Bruno spent his days wandering wherever he pleased. For years, Bruno had carried sacks, hauled firewood, and pulled heavy carts for his owner, Elias, but age had slowed him. His legs were stiff, his back was tired, and Elias no longer expected much from him. Then, one afternoon, something happened that changed everything. Bruno wandered beyond the fields and stepped onto a patch of loose earth. The ground collapsed. He plunged into an old stone well, hidden beneath the weeds. His body slammed against the bottom. He tried jumping. Nothing. He pushed against the walls. Too narrow. So Bruno began braying for help. A young farmer named Samuel heard the cries while returning from the market. He followed the sound and looked down. Bruno? The donkey stared back from the darkness. Samuel ran straight to Elias. Within minutes, several men gathered around the well. They lowered ropes. They searched for a way to widen the opening. They even tried pulling Bruno upward. Nothing worked. The sun began dropping behind the hills. Elias stood silently beside the well. Finally he said, "He's too old. We can't get him out." Samuel looked at him. "So what do we do?" Elias hesitated. Then came the decision nobody wanted to hear. "We fill it." The men froze. But there was no rescue plan left. One by one, they picked up their shovels. The first load of dirt crashed onto Bruno's back. He screamed. Another followed. Then another. From above, the men expected the cries to continue until they stopped. But something strange happened. Bruno became quiet. Elias leaned toward the opening. "What is he doing?" Nobody answered. Another shovel of dirt fell. Bruno shook his body violently. The dirt slid from his back and landed beneath his feet. He stepped onto it. Another load came down. He shook it off, then stepped higher, again, and again. The men slowly stopped shoveling long enough to watch. Bruno wasn't waiting for the dirt to disappear. He was turning every pile into another step. The well was filling, but so was the distance between Bruno and freedom. Elias stared down in disbelief. "Keep going," Samuel whispered. The men continued. Shovel after shovel. Bruno kept climbing. His legs trembled. His breathing grew heavy. Several times he slipped back, but every time he did, he stood again. Then, suddenly, his head appeared above the edge. The men stumbled backward. Bruno placed one hoof on the rim, then another. With one final push, he climbed out. Nobody spoke. The same animal they had considered too old to save now stood in front of them, covered in dirt, exhausted but alive. Bruno looked at Elias for a moment. Then he turned toward the open fields and walked away. That moment carries a lesson far beyond a village well. Sometimes life drops things onto your back that you never asked for. Failure, rejection, loss, humiliation, a door closing when you desperately needed it to open. And when those things pile up, it can feel like they're burying you. But what if you stopped asking, "Why is this happening to me?" and started asking, "What can I build from this?" The rejection might force you to improve. The failure might reveal what you were doing wrong. The difficult season might make you stronger, wiser, and more independent than comfort ever could. Bruno couldn't control the dirt. He couldn't control the people standing above him. He couldn't change how they judged his worth. But he could control what he did next. And sometimes, that's all you need. You don't have to remove every obstacle from your life. You just have to refuse to let each obstacle become your final resting place. Because the thing weighing you down today might become tomorrow's stepping stone. So if life throws another shovel of dirt onto your back, don't stay there. Shake it off, step up, and keep climbing.